It's the Euros. I forgot to move my mic. It's the Euros. It's the final day of the quarter-finals. We've had a bit of a dramatic ones, haven't we? That's some very dramatic quarter-finals, obviously, yesterday. And it's crunch time. Because for English fans, whoever wins this game, they will play. But regardless of that, very, very good game. You will see me in a second. I'm just need to start my headphones. I'll show you me now. You can see my lovely face. Hello. Freshly shaven. So I do look like a perpetual child now. But at least this doesn't look like I'm on a register with that awful. Why did no one ever tell me how shite, I can swear, how shit the awful attempt at a beard growing was. And same with the moustache. No one told me. I was sat here thinking I looked good. Not even looked good, just looked presentable. Oh, I did not. But I do hope everyone's good. So I saw Tubbs comment. Denmark to win this. I hope. I hope for me, it's Czech Republic. But whoever wins, they've got a chance to do something great. I mean, Denmark haven't faced England, so it sort of brings up a different element to the game. Sorry, no, you know what? That braggadocious of an England fan. It might not even be England in the semis, it could be Ukraine. And fuck me, if Ukraine beat England, what a semi-final we're going to get regardless. Denmark, I think, versus Ukraine. Hello, Kyle, mate. Hope you are all good. Send me YouTubes. I hope everyone is good. Thank you, Tubbs. I mean, it's not even looking fresh. It's just I got rid of the awful facial hair that I don't think I will ever run again. But I just look like a child. I don't look. I feel like without any sign of hair, I still look young, which is a bad or a good thing, I don't know. I've got my size, I suppose. It's not a good size, but it's a size. If we will look at the head-to-head of both these sides, Czech Republic and Denmark have faced each other a total of 11 times, with there being more draws in this fixture than wins. Their last match was in a 1-1 draw in an international friendly back in 2016. The Czechs have not beaten Denmark in 7 matches, with 5 draws in that period. Czech Republic record is 3 wins, 2 draws, 2 defeats, 6 draws, 2 defeats, and obviously Denmark 2 wins, 6 draws, and 3 defeats. But it's been a draw-heavy game, which in a knockout competition could be good, because it may mean penalties. I haven't had a penalties on stream yet. We obviously know Switzerland went to penalties last night, and unfortunately they couldn't accomplish that. I think the fair thing to say is there. But I mean, what games we've had so far, I think, obviously this is the first game, but we had obviously Switzerland, Spain yesterday. Spain going through on penalties, not the best penalties. Obviously, I know Manu Akanji took one, it wasn't the best. As the teams will come out, Czech Republic will lead the line. All to imagine though, if that red card doesn't happen, Switzerland may have took something from the game. If that own goal doesn't come off Sakari, Switzerland would have gone through. Obviously then we had Italy-Belgium. What was a really good game? Italy looked very good. I think Belgium was unfortunate. Is it time for a changing of the guard at Belgium? Possibly. Delaney, of course, Delaney is playing the boy. I do have awful facial hair. Hello, Chris, as well. I do have awful facial. I think facial hair looks good if you can grow it at a quick enough rate that once you've shaved, if it can grow to a nice beard or looks like it's going to go, you're fine. But when it's in that growing stage, and as someone who cannot grow facial hair, it does look awful. Kyle's gone Denmark to win 3-1. Obviously, let us know your predictions, because we'll look at these starting 11s of both sides in a quick, hot second. If we start with the home team, that is obviously Czech Republic. It's Thomas Vaclik in net. Then a back four of Jan Boril, who returns to the side for Kadabarek, who actually had a decent game coming in for him against Netherlands, but Jan Boril is back after his suspension. A back line of Kalash and Shalushka, who were really good. They're clearing the ball so convincingly. And there was little errors from both, but again, then Vladimir Sufal on the right. Again, I've mentioned it, his first touch has been quite poor over this tournament, but he's a quality player. Defence midfielders of Tomáš Souček and that man Tomáš Holeš. What a game he had against that, a goal and an assist. And the Slavia Prague man, can he be one of the keys to success for Czech Republic? We'll talk about it in a second. Then it's Peter Sevcich, obviously came to the side last game for Vladimir Darida. Same with Antonin Barak, who again had a good game, wanting to go forward. And then Lukáš Mažupuš on that right side playing. And then the main man who could become the top goal scorer today, Patrick Schick, is leading the line. On the bench, it's Mandus, Kubek, Kadabarek, Brabek, Darida, Klemčič, Janko, Zima, Vidra, Kral, Pekar, and Pešek. As for, well, That's the Czech Republic side. It's a very strong team. We know they've got a good side. Chris has also gone Denmark 2-1. It seems like there's a big Danish contingent in this China. And you know what? I don't blame you. They're a very strong side coming off nearly 8 goals scored in the past 2 games. And this tournament means a lot more to a very talented side. If we look at Ajax, it's Kasper Schmeichel in net. Then a back 3 of Yannick Vestergaard, Simon Kjær and Andreas Christiansen. Then a midfield 2 of Thomas Delaney and Højbjerg with Joachim Mæhle and Jens Steiger Larsen playing as wing-backs or midfielders. Joachim Mæhle, what a player he's been for this tournament. I think he's going to be a really high sought-after player coming into this thing. I would love Dortmund to sign him. Obviously, I'd love Oldham to sign him both, so that's not going to happen. And then it's a front 3 of Damsgaard, Dolberg and Martin Braithwaite. And I'm pretty confident it is an unchanged starting 11. An unchanged starting 11 for Denmark. Obviously, on the bench, they have been missing Josef Poulsen, but as you can see, he is on the bench with Lossel and Fredrik Ronner as the keepers. And it's Andersen, Skov Olsen, Jorgensen, Norgard, Vars, Vind, Poulsen, Cornelius and Jensen. But Josef Poulsen returning to the starting lineup. And I'm going to see, because you're probably a little bit ahead of me in terms of seeing the starting lineup, so I'm seeing Czech Republic's national anthem. But if it is true that it's St. Patrick Schick, he deserves a knighthood after this tournament. He really does. Did you watch F1 qualifying? I did, Chris. I removed the lineups. I didn't want to move them. Strong team from both sides. So, but yeah, I watched F1 really good qualifying. Georgie Russ, Lando Norris, incredible. Great performance from both sides. Both sides, we can see Czech Republic side blasting out that national anthem, and kickoff will be very soon. So we'll have a quick drink before we go. Shouldn't drink that so quick. There's definitely going to be a burp on the stream. Thank you to everyone. It should be a good game. It really should. I mean, I've got my boy Thomas Delaney playing. I've got my Slavia boys in Majapushta and Holesh playing, and then I've also got Suval and Souček. So I've got a good contingent, and Sevcich, and a good contingent of players to back on both sides. But what a tournament Joachim Mæhle's having, one of the keys to success for Denmark. I've tried to have a key to success every game for both teams, and for me, for Denmark, it's got to be him. Defensively, maybe not the best, but he can still do a job. But going forward, he's so lightning quick. He creates these runs. He's so good with his feet on the ball, either crossing in or dragging it onto the outside of the box to lay off for a Dolberg, Braithwaite or Damsgaard. So talented. I think Mikael Damsgaard is another player who we can look at and he could be a reason for Denmark going through. As for Czech Republic, I think it's going to be Patrick Schick. Realise they scored the most goals in the tournament for Czech Republic. I think the Tomáš Holeš and Souček midfield working well. Petr Sevcich had a very good game, worked really hard in that other game against Netherlands. Both coming off good results. Obviously, Czech Republic beating Netherlands. And then Denmark getting that 4-0 win over Wales. But Patrick Schick is there. So the reader is back on the bench for Czech Republic as well. I can't forget that. It was inevitable, Russell. Let's not hope he gets the Russell curse tomorrow, I know. And Lando was so close. He really was. 0.48, something mental. So close. Shows how good of a driver he is. And obviously we know Daniel Ricciardo's struggling. Imagine if it was a Carlos Sainz and Lando partnership. My God. What partnership would have got there. As for Russell, he could still start further. I know that Vettel and Alonso are being looked at, Vettel especially, but also Bottas and one more has been brought in to be looked at, so could see him further up the grid. Sainz was the other one. We'll finish that Coke, but I do have another drink. I'll probably get another drink. So there's going to be a lot of talking. It's going to be a lot of excitement for this game because I cannot wait for it. It's going to be so fun. But the game has got underway here in Baku with Denmark, obviously, Czech Republic playing in them red shirts, Denmark playing in their white. Quite opposite. I feel like you relate white to Czech Republic more and red to Denmark, but instead goes the other way. Now, I don't know if it was similar to, with Wales. I don't know whether the Danish fans can fly, but Czech Republic can. 300 300 Czech fans, it said there. So, not many, but they will be loud. We've heard it so far in this tournament. The long balls back to Kasper Schmeichel. Not the most convincing of claims, but he gets it out to Thomas Delaney. And that's where we see Souček come into play. Already bundled over a player who went down very quick there. That was who was that went down? Was it Joachim Mæhle there? Oh, just a big coming together on the ribs there for Joachim Mæhle. I think he just might be winded. How he was concussed, no head connection, but you've got to make when a player goes down, and you can tell it's like. I think it'll be interesting your talking points because I was in and out of Josh's stream, so I didn't hear it at home. Did Josh talk about the Ciro Immobile situation? How that he just stayed down injured in the box. Italy scored. He got straight back up and celebrated. As Joachim Mæhle is just gonna walk off gingerly, and when a man like Thomas Souček is jumping into it, it's not the most convincing. I know the birthday boy blocking Fernando, who seemingly is rolling back the years. As Denmark will get the ball here. Joachim Mæhle is allowed to return to the pitch, and he will do. But I haven't really seen many transfer rumours for the Atalanta, man. But surely after this tournament, do you know how we see tournaments make players? I think this is one for Joachim Mæhle. So Denmark, more recent winners than a lot of the side like England, who teams that people are predicting will win this tournament. Denmark, I'm pretty confident, have won most recently. If we look at, because we haven't actually looked at the Euros overall in sort of their history. That's Euro 2020. We don't want that. Overall, the European Championships. Obviously, if we look at the most recent winners, which we haven't, it was obviously this one we don't know yet. But the year before it was obviously Portugal with that Eder goal. Then it was Spain. Then it was Spain. Then it was Greece, France, Germany, Denmark. Germany out of the tournament. France out of the tournament. Greece never in it. Spain are the only side that have won it in the past. So we've got Spain, Italy, Czech Republic, but that's when they were under Czechoslovakia, so it's not really the same. It's not the same side. And then obviously Denmark won in 1992. And out of the side on England's side, obviously it's Denmark, Czech Republic, Ukraine, and it's good open space on the left here. Jan Boril tries to lay it off. Soufal hits it. Good block there by Thomas Delaney. And Braithwaite's hunting down the ball here. And Bashlik is just going to kick it long. But on that side of the group. Hello, Russ, mate. Hope you're all good. Yeah, I seem to remember you changed your name. But I hope you're all good. Yeah, but if we look, Denmark are the most, well, Spain, who could get to a final here, and you'd really put them, what's it called, as the favourites. If we're being realistic, you really would. But Czech Republic, I mean, they reached a semi-final in 2004. You cannot rule out a lot of these teams, and it will be interesting, especially just to see where they go. Like, look at 2008, Russia and Turkey were in the semi-finals, and I think, Euro 2024, I didn't know, is actually being played. It's being played in 2020, all in Germany, which could be very nice. I'd like to see that a lot. That'll be really fun, as I will close that down. But a good energetic start to this game is what we wanted. We wanted to see it. And we saw an opportunity for Czech Republic. Now Denmark have got it with a corner. Stryger Larsen will stand over it. But we just wanted both teams to go for the game. Larsen whips it in. It's a free header, and it's in! And Denmark, they were the favourites going into this game. 5 minutes in, and it's the man. It's the Dortmund man, Thomas Delaney. Has headed it in, and I feel mean because I'm wearing the Dortmund shirt. And I have Czech Republic as my underdogs. But, I mean, it was a great ball. And no one was marking Thomas Delaney. Stryger Larsen, and it was actually a really smart run there, but it was like Yannick Vestergaard, I think, runs forward, he drags 2 Czech defenders, leaves Thomas Delaney wide open. It's a free header. It was Tomáš Holeš who I think loses him. And it's a really well-placed header. Heads it down onto the floor. Vashlik is left diving. And Thomas Delaney has put Denmark up 1-0 within 5 minutes. And it's not the start of your Czech Republic that you wanted. I mean, I think Czech Republic will still be proud that they got to a quarter-final. But this is definitely a game that they could win. And it's not over yet. But what a start. And it's gone through Holeš's legs. And Denmark are going to come again here. With Striker Larsen, he's got Højbjerg on the overlap. Højbjerg crosses in, it's a good ball, it's flicked away. Good defending there from Tomáš Kalaš. But Thomas Delaney has put it in the back of the net. And I know I'm wearing the Dortmund shirt, but there is genuinely no bias today. I'm actually like both sides and I wouldn't care who goes through. I think Denmark going through is the better for the tournament because I would like to see them play England, and I don't really want to replay Czech Republic England because England won the first game, and it would be nice to see an original matchup. Delaney crosses the ball and it's well blocked. And Czech Republic have to go for it now, and I mean the problem is you look at sort of depth of both sides, and it's not the most convincing from both. But when you look at Denmark, they have got Josef Poulsen and Cornelius and Jonas Wind who can come up forward. You've got Daniel Vars who played a lot of this tournament, Robert Skov, Andreas Skov Olsen, Joachim Andersen at the back. They've got like a lot of positions with a bit of experience, whereas you look at Czech Republic, they're quite old apart from maybe a couple of months. David Zima, you know what, if Czech Republic it's the 80th minute, they're losing 3-0 and it looks like they're out. I'd love to see David Zima come on the Slavia Pride centre half, really young, talented, and obviously Hojlek, if I'm right. Yeah. Actually, really big. I didn't even notice he was off the bench. Not Adam Hojlek. And I don't know whether that's a suspension or injury. But he is obviously not on the bench. But Dolberg has a shot. And it's blocked well by Kalash. But no Adam Hojlek, which is a huge miss. The Sparta Pride young strike, which means Schick will be playing the full game, or you would probably see Matej Vidra come on for him. So it will be interesting. If we get there, you don't know. Oh, I mean, we're seeing another corner for Denmark. It's Striker Larsen. If there's something right, Czech Republic have nearly conceded in all the games apart from Scotland. So not the best defensively, but they've come out and they obviously beat Netherlands, beat Scotland, drew with Croatia. They can get results from losing positions or from conceding goals, and this game is definitely not over. Even though Denmark are probably enjoying a nice amount of possession, there's still obviously 18 minutes. I tell you what, obviously with Kudela getting his suspension, which was much deserved, Kalas and Shalushka have really had a good tournament in terms of they've conceded goals, but I think defensively, they was played a completely different lineup before that suspension. It was Kudela and I think it would have been Kalash. So having to switch that up mere games away from the tournament, I think they've done really well, Kalash and Shalushka, to link up. Maybe if they played a different formation, maybe a back five and have Zima there, and where it's not a thing, it's obviously more defenders, but it's not as much, it's more change, but if you get me, like, it's not like, oh, well, these two defenders thing, it's like there's three defenders, so there's, if one does make an error of not being used to his defensive partner, there's another one there, but it would mean dropping one of the midfielders of Holeš and Souček, and they're both having a decent tournament. I say Holeš may be better over Souček. As Delaney does really well, keeps it in. Martin Braithwaite, has he got the better of Shalushka? No, a foul will be given on him. Braithwaite hands all over him. But really good start. Oh, God. Oh. Obviously, Martin Braithwaite being linked to Valencia, I'm pretty confident. But Valencia don't want to pay anything. So it'll be interesting. So I think Braithwaite can do a job, or Braithwaite can do a job. We obviously look at Emil Højbjerg, will be staying at Spurs. Joachim Mæhle will be linked to many clubs. And speaking of him, Soufal stays with him. So Delaney currently contracted to Dortmund, but I know Southampton are looking to him, and with obviously Bellingham will be starting every game next year. I think that's what Marco Rose will have. Thomas Delaney will probably be left out on the side, possibly because with Emre Can there as well, and Axel Witsel having a good tournament, so I know he's out. But now it's Steiger Larsen to Dolberg. Czech Republic had a moment there. Soufal won the ball back, but couldn't find anyone. Now it is Thomas Delaney. Does well, calm head. Back to the Chelsea centre-back, Andreas Christiansen. Obviously, I think last time since I streamed, Jadon Sancho, United tweeting out that they have the agreement in principle. So I think they wait until the Euros to have a proper announcement, I would presume. But it's going to be 85 million, and the header's won. Souček plays it through to Ševčík with a very poor ball by the Slavia man. Soufal does really well to win it back. Finds Patrick Schick, who back to Soufal. Schick wins it on the right hand side. He is onside, gets past one, takes a heavy touch, takes a shot. And well blocked there by Joachim Mæhle. And that was really nice there. Makes a nice run. Soufal could have played it earlier. But he gets past Joachim Mæhle. And it was actually a block from, I think that was Andreas Christiansen who comes across. I don't know why I added an accent there. But now Czech Republic will have their first corner of the game. And we saw Denmark score from this situation when you've got Patrick Schick in the box. It's crossed in, it's quick, it's flicked on. No one at the back post, and Højbjerg will take this and he'll ping it long. It's a really good ball. It's not cleared. It's headed down. It's past the keeper. And it was Mikael Damsgaard. He completely gets the better of, I think that was Shelushka or Jan Boril. He gets the better of the Czech Republic defender. And he taps it past Vashlik, just puts it too far to a corner. Schick claims it was foul, nothing given. And in fairness, I think Leverkusen I think it is Leverkusen. He's out in it. Patrick Schick will be pleased with how he's played in this tournament. Not having the best of seasons with I can't spell Patrick. They're not having the best seasons last year with Leverkusen, but I genuinely think that he could possibly be very valuable. I'm just trying to see how many goals he got last year, last season. So obviously the Bundesliga would have reset. So 51 games of Bundesliga, only 19 goals, and we've seen in this tournament that he can score a couple, and obviously not all of them. It hits Damsgaard and will be a free kick. Damsgaard very unlucky there, really unlucky. But I think this game is going to go quick. I think it's going to be both teams have got to go for it. They really do. It's a quarter-final. The winner will play either Ukraine or England. That is happening later on. And I presume it'd be Josh who's covering it. I might just drop him a message just asking who's covering it. As headed in the box. Oh, and it was a great opportunity for Peter Ševčík. It was headed back into the box. Ševčík arriving there. Barak whips it in. And then it was hit. Souček heads it in, and then Ševčík just absolutely misses it, hits it with the side of his foot. As I'm just going to message Josh and discuss who's doing the England game. So I know who to promote. Because you lot will want to know who's covering the game. And I want to know who's covering the game. Seeing that Mikael Damsgaard chance. Again, obviously. Still young. And still got a long career ahead of him. Delaney wins the initial header. But he finds a man in a red shirt. As Højbjerg does make a tackle on Barak, does well. I mean, another player for Denmark. Absolutely sound. I mean, that's for Tottenham and Southampton. No one's going to it. Is Josh and all is that? That's okay then. I mean, I'd do it, but it's another back-to-back. And I don't know. In fairness, I didn't know that everyone was out, so I think KD could have done it. It's probably a bit too late now, but I could make a thumbnail. I've got a reply. Thank you, Kyle, because I've just got the reply for Josh. I think it's a quarter final. I think most people would want to just watch it. Like, if I knew before today, if like yesterday, I found out that no one doing it, I would have done it, but it's maybe a bit too late now. And I suppose I could do it. Shall I see the... I might do the watch long. It'd be fun to watch with someone. Striker Larson though. Crossing Delaney! And he's just missed it. Could have got his second of... I probably won't do it actually. It's a bit late now. Bit late. Because I've got to have tea and stuff. And I've already got food out. I think it's alright if we miss a game. I did look yesterday and the only games we haven't covered were Ukraine, North Macedonia. I'm going to count Finland, Denmark because we did do the watch along. It's just obviously deleted on the channel. But apart from that, I think we've only missed one in Ukraine, North Macedonia. Which I think, and obviously we'll miss Ukraine. Maybe we just hate Ukraine. That might be what it is. And I was looking for, because the first day we did all of them. If I'm right in saying, yeah. Because Austria, Scotland, Czech Republic, Kieran did that game. Poland, Slovakia, I did that game. Yeah, so I think it might just only be one. Turkey, Wales we didn't cover as well. So we've missed 2 games and it will be 3. Oh, it was a shot. Eventually going to be a foul. As Chris just says, according to most Eagle fans, we are in the final. Nope, we are not. We've still got time. Who do we think we are, Chris? Who do we think we are? We'd rather do Czech Republic, Denmark. I think I would have done it if I haven't got like tea out ready. I've got gammon steak. And like nice chips. I've got a good tea ready. I thought Josh was covering it. Souček to Schick. Back to Souček. Good defender from Damsgaard. Sevcic. Lays it off to Sufal. Got Sevcic on the overlap. Plays it inside to Schick. Schick, oh, he gets past one. But he just put a bit too much on it. Plus a low. Sorry if you missed one. It's only Ukraine, England. I'm about to say. In fairness, if you watch my England-Germany watch-along, I'll be honest. I got more excited for the Denmark goal. I don't think I'm as patriotic as a lot of other people are in this country. Sevcic kept it in there. It's good thinking. And Thomas Delaney's forced to get out under pressure from, I think that was Sparak. You know what? I had a decent game in Netherlands. If no one's doing it, it's like they know what's going to happen. And it's coming home, Chris, isn't it? 3 Lions. No, all that. I'm just not the most patriotic guy when it comes to sports. Apart from F1, I will back the British lads. I'll back Lando, Lewis and George. Apart from if it's good cross in. It was a header. And surprisingly, it was Thomas Souček who was arriving. Bundling into Andreas Christiansen. How do you think the game will go? I think, honestly, it allows us to talk about it a lot more. Cause usually when we have, like, if one of us is doing a double one, we won't hit Souček's shoulder. We won't talk about the game because it's like, oh well, we gotta wait and see. I don't think it's gonna be easy. I think this is a game we will struggle with. Imagine, Chris. Likely innit. The one time we don't do a watch on, because every watch on we've done for England, they've played well. Well, maybe not Scotland, but the one time we do one, it won't pay off. But I think we might go 1 down. I think there is going to be, obviously not from the team, but I think from the whole aura. I think there'll be a bit of compliance there from the side. I think we're not underestimating them, because we're not. But definitely I don't think we're giving them some respect. So I would go, we go 1-0 down. We win the game 3-1. I don't know about the starting 11. 'Cause for me, as it's a more winnable game than Germany, and and the players will be a bit tired. I'll go for a back four, and I'll say that, but I'll probably play back. I'll probably play like a 4-3-3. Oh no, 4-2-3. I'll probably play the formation Denmark, Czech Republic are playing today, but we'll save that for half time. We'll have that as a bit of half time chitter chatter. Because we are 20 minutes into this game and calm down a bit. Czech Republic getting the feet in, but you can see that front three of Dolberg, Braithwaite, and Damsgaard really sort of thingy. At least we won't see the Three Lions tears. We won't. Like, I can purely understand like people in this country. Like, you've seen in the pubs and reactions when they scored, the thing is, I'm just not very patriotic. I'm really not, and so, for me, it's passed back here. Schmeichel, not the best of clearances, finds Majapush, he gets past one, Majapush, plays it through, oh, and it's a good save by Kasper Schmeichel. It was a good ball by Majapush, and Tomáš Holeš was arriving. You know what? Shouldn't even shot there, Majapush, because it was a poor clearance by Schmeichel. Gave it to Majapush and then drove in. Could have played through Schick. Could have played. Instead, goes for the ball. Just a little bit too much on it. Hollish does well to get to it. And Schmeichel rushes out. It's a good stop with his chest. It will be a corner though. Czech Republic, it's whipped in well, headed away by Veskan. And it's one thing that Czech Republic have got. Is they're very good in the air. Then back three, Kier, Christensen and Vestergaard will win them headers. And it's one thing they're very proficient at. So maybe set pieces are out the way to go for Czech Republic. Even when you've got Schick and Souček who are going to win headers. As another ball over the top goes to Thomas Vashlik. Hello Ian, mate. It was Gav. Hello Ian. Hope you're good, pal. And they're just playing it around the back now, Czech Republic. And in fairness, they weren't really the better side in the Netherlands game. Oh. That's why. Hello, Gav. But yeah, Czech Republic weren't probably the better side against Netherlands, but they eked out a win. And you could probably see the game being exactly the same again. And Czech Republic, you know, I found the footing in this game a little bit more, but I'm worried that one ball over the top finds Damsgaard, especially against Kalas and Shelushka. And we're seeing Jan Burrell there. Rushing in there. It's one thing you expect from this Czech side. They love it. They love a big challenge. It was on Damsgaard. They love a big challenge on a player. They're a strong side, aggressive. But they play it to their advantage. So I'm just looking. So obviously a yellow card. Yep, so a suspension. The cards are wiped again after the semi-final. Which does mean, well, either wiped after quarter-final. Schick has done well here. But it's a really good shot. Really good clearance. Now it's Kalash. Shelush, sorry, does a good clearance. Now it's Thomas Kalas. And Patrick Schick, he's good on the feet with his ball. We saw it there, running thing. Good. It was a great tackle in the end, but one thing he's good at, you expect a big centre forward like him more to be an aerial player, target man, but no. Really good with the ball. Feet, can shoot if he needs to. We've seen it already in this tournament. And speaking of players who've had a decent tournament, Lucas Majapush on the wing there. Holeš will win the free kick by Højbjerg. Very simple foul, but always one that gets given where player taps away, other player runs into him. And he's a player you got to look out for, because Holeš played really well against Netherlands, obviously goal and assist, and if he can use that momentum. So you remember that the assist he got for the second goal where it was a poor clearance by, I think it was Stecklenburg, and then Holeš is the first to it and just puts on burners that I've never seen from him before in his Slavia shirt. Sufal tries to put it to the back post, headed away by Striger Larsen. It's a dipping ball by Sufal. Larsen not under massive pressure, but you know, might as well better to get it cleared. There was Jan Bodil who was arriving there. And tell you what, it's been lovely because you are just learning about players and stuff like. Now I can tell. I don't need the team lineups to tell you the players. As it does, it's a good ball. And Southgate again nearly wins another header. Goes out for a goal kick, but he's looked dangerous. He's watching it here, getting in behind his own man. Shalushka just heads it a bit too thick, heads it wide. But he's winning well in the air. And we've got one thing, the best beauty, I think, of ITV commentary has been Alan McCoy and Clive Tilsley. We should, I think that's one of the things, Chris, is we should win tonight. But I think, like you said, a lot of England fans are saying, oh, we're through semi-finals. Can't wait to play Denmark. But we should win tonight, but not ruling anything out. I think a lot of people didn't have Ukraine to win. But they did. Ken says, hello from Costa Rica. We are like Pitbull now. We are worldwide. Welcome, Ken. What's the weather like in Costa Rica? I presume warm. It's all I can expect from Costa Rica. Global. But also with Ukraine, I think majority of us expected Sweden to go through. It was obviously a late goal by Artem Dovbyk. Also, it'll be interesting to see, because obviously Danielson with the red card, that changed the game. But Brathwaite now has done really well. Goes for it himself. And puts it wide. Puts it wide. Should he have done better there? Maybe on target or square it? It was a pretty, it was a poor shot. It was, if we're being honest. He completely scuffs it. Callas didn't even get a touch to it. He was nowhere near. Not the best, Martin Braithwaite. But so we're nearly 30 minutes in, and been a decent game, back and forth. Both teams have had opportunities. You would say Denmark have probably been the better, as Højbjerg gets past one, gets the advantage. To Straggler. Sunny mornings, rainy afternoons, but gorgeous. In fairness, it's quite the same here. It is a rainy. It was a rainy morning, sunny afternoon. Exactly. We love a bit of the warm weather. We really do. So if you are new, don't forget to like and subscribe. Might as well just say it now. Don't forget to share it with whoever. If you want to share it, that is. We're not going to force you. As he's not, I thought he wasn't cleared, but he's actually a really smart pass. Højbjerg to Braithwaite. Plays it straight to Dolberg. And Vladimir Soufal does very well. Does really well. Holesh now. To Sevchik, back to Jan Borje. Into the midfield. To Majapush, who said he's been fouled here. He said Tom Delaney's basting away. He's got a man on his right for use him. Just takes a bit too much of a heavy touch, but a lovely drive from the Dortmund man. And now a chance for Czech Republic to come on forward with Barak. Still Barak. Lazov has made a run on the left. Sevchik doesn't use him. He gets past one. And will be fouled there by Mikhail Damsgaard, who's had a decent tournament as well, the kid. Sevchik there, gets past him. Damsgaard clips him and it will be a free kick. You expect this to be crossed in. Yeah, you're seeing the tall centre-backs arrive up, seeing Souček getting in the mix as well. Can they create some business here? So it'll be interesting to see what players do move after this tournament. It's being crossed in. It's a good ball. Oh, and that was Shalushka, the Sparta Praga man. Very close indeed. It was a deep cross in. Shalushka. Oh, could have been be pushing the... If Shalushka goes down there, there was probably a little bit of a push from Vestergaard. If you're Shalushka, you go down there, that could be a possible penalty. But I'm glad that he stayed up. Because obviously, if you saw that Italy game, Ciro Immobile went down in the box. Italy from the same thing scored. And Immobile immediately got straight back up. And celebrated with the team. And obviously, Italy's game, I'm not going to say scumbaggy, because it's not scumbaggy, but definitely unsportsmanlike, I think is the word. But You play to how until you get booked, and that's what they did, and at the end of the day, they're through. He's done well to keep that in. Braithwaite puts it out for a throw-in. It's that 2-1 victory for Italy, who've gone, I'm going to say, on a bit of a drag hill, but no, they had Austria, but Belgium was a real test. Obviously, our next semi-final is incredible. Italy, Spain. What a semi-final that is going to be. And then it will either be Denmark and Czech Republic versus Ukraine and England. We better not bottle it against Ukraine today. I'm more nervous. I think we should bet. Obviously, we not should because Germany were the tougher opponents. But they're a good side, Ukraine, and I definitely think I don't want to go into this game like we're gonna win. I've seen like a bunch of YouTube channels have said, "Oh, do we go more attacking against Ukraine?" It's like, well, what's not broke? Don't fix it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Exactly, and I think that's it. The back five, or even the back four we played, or the back three, whatever, has worked well. Has worked very well. So why not change up? As I think Barak is going to cross this in. Put a left footer. 10:30 a.m. there. It's a good time, innit? Especially on a weekend. Barak. It's a good ball in. Headed away. Back in. Dolberg. Couldn't do anything with it. Back to Peter Sevcic. Lays it off. Majapush tries to cross it in. Blocked well by Dolberg, the striker. I've shared you already in my Discord. Oh, you absolute legend, Gav. Absolute legend. Yeah, but like 10:30 on a weekend is a good time. Because like, let's say you wait. Normal people on a weekend might wake up at 9. Get up at 9, have a shower, have some breakfast, sit down and watch the game. Watch the 5 o'clock game for us. Then chill, because the game will finish at lunchtime. Have some lunch. By that time, the games are on at like probably 1 o'clock. Perfect. That is, I feel like the one better thing of living in like America and stuff. I think football fans is when at weekends especially is you've still sort of got your rest of your day. Because let's say like some of the games kick off like 10 or 11 because of like time things. As Barak plays it through to Sheikh. Good defender from Simon Kjaer. Soufal crosses it in, blocked by Joachim Mæhle. And now it's a time to counter-attack for Denmark with Martin Braithwaite. Still Braithwaite. Lays it off to the right side to Damsgaard. Ball through to Dolberg in the middle. Controls it well. Ball in behind. And Struggle Larsen, he just couldn't sort his feet out. Exactly. Like you've got that hour break after one of the games finishes to do a couple of stuff. And then boom, you go straight into the next game. And then you've got your evening to yourself. Be very tempted. On the other hand, you've got Australia, who I'm pretty confident after looking at some of the early stuff, are waking up at like 2 a.m. to watch the game. Now, fair play, because my God, is that obviously late. But I suppose you just work your sleeping pattern around it. Which a lot of football fans will be doing if you have obviously moved over to Australia. Even Australians, like when the World Cup is on. I know Asian qualifying. Late games are here from Brazil. Exactly. And so, if you are a football fan of all like the nations, living in like a South American or North American country, you can literally enjoy the European. If you were a proper thing, you could watch the Souch Barak plays out to the right to Soufal. Soufal crosses it in and overhead for Soucek. And it wasn't Soucek, it was Thomas Hollish who went for the shot. Like you watch the A-League in the morning, go to sleep, then you can wait and watch the European fixtures in the morning to mid-afternoon. Then you could watch the NFL on Sundays, if you're American. And then you can watch the Brazilian, like your native league, the South American leagues later on. I think it's a great setup. Sujo went for the bicycle. We haven't really seen a bicycle goal or a spectacular acrobatic goal this tournament so far. So I think goal of the tournament possibly so far is still Patrick Schick off the top of my head. I can't think of anything else. Sevcic. Soucek plays it through. Schick couldn't get there. And Christensen couldn't get it. We'll go out for another corner for Czech Republic, and they're getting their footing into this game now. I think half-time couldn't come sooner for Denmark, maybe. A-League games play right when I start work. Perfect. That's good. Because for us, A-League is... Because I know you start work early, don't you? 5 a.m, yeah. A-League is... depends. Is 9 till 10. The worst thing is, for me, if anything... I'm normally asleep during the A-League games, but I also... My BT ran out, and I weren't going to pay for it for 2 games. So I actually missed all the final. With all that great international, there's no time. I'm about to say, MLS is still rolling on, obviously, because they have it during the summer. The way the Americans do the sport, like, I really like, because I could be wrong here, correct me, but, like, don't it go, like, baseball and basketball and soccer are all, like, same day, 10 a.m., 9 a.m., in some 8 o'clock games. Which I know that when I was doing the Watchalongs, people were not happy when I had an 8 o'clock game. They really weren't. Because it was very early. Oh, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock more than likely. Because it's very early for everyone. But I really enjoyed doing the A-League. And I'm looking forward. I know the FFA Cup is being drawn very soon. And the beauty of the A-League is players change so much. So, like, if you look on the A-League Twitter account, you'll see that, like, there's already so many transfers happening. I also did see that it's a good ball to the wing. To Damsgaard. He'll just go for the shot. Vashlik makes a save. And then it's headed away. Carlos Vela. Obviously, you'll know from his days at Arsenal, but obviously couldn't play for LAFC. He said that, like, he wanted to play in England and he wanted to play in America. And he went, I'd love to live in Australia. A-League accounts, like the meme accounts, straight on that. Ball over the top. Little bit too much over it. A-League accounts trying to say, Carlos Vela, welcome. Full American sports is tough even in the States. If the game isn't before 7 p.m, I usually don't. You're getting old, Bernardo, mate. You're getting old. Yeah, that's one thing that definitely noticed watching the Sunday night games. So many adverts. The beauty of supporting the Jags last year was that we were never on a Sunday game or anything, which meant that that when the 6 p.m. show is on with no adverts, I can't remember what they call it. When there's no adverts, perfect because you don't miss the thing. I can just say ouch, and I mean I saw that the 2 players coming together. Didn't know if there were anything in it. But Striger Larson and Border were both down, and medical teams have run across. Oh. Obviously, we see Striger Larson hurting himself, but then studs to the back of Borrell's hamstring as well. Oh. Not nice, it's comfortable. I think Striger Larson have some more. Elegance want Bale. I reckon Miami and Beck should go in. That would be nice. What part of England? Yorkshire, mate. The north. And if you don't know English, if you've watched Game of Thrones, the Snows is where the accent comes from. It comes from Yorkshire. Now, I don't hear my accent as much. I know there are definitely words that I say that are more. Like, you compare me and Kieran L. Kieran's L's from Lancashire. There were definitely words we've different. I know because we lived with each other last year and we are this year coming. He's definitely picked up some of the Yorkshire mannerisms because he's living with three other Yorkshire people. So he picked up certain words. But if you don't know like the regions, just think of Game of Thrones and think of the north. Yorkshire. York. There's some words that we don't pronounce. Trying to learn a foreign language is so hard because you say everything so English. Guten Tag. Torna Cass is a... Yorkshire's very similar to the Bostonian. Yeah, very thick. I think, you would probably go for. Because the thing is, when you see a lot of British actors, apart from maybe Sean Bean, none of them really have a Yorkshire accent. like the big English actors, like Tom Holland, very posh English. I'm trying to think of more famous English actors. Benedict Cumberbatch, very posh English. And then like you've got, so it does differ, like the accents. But obviously you've seen the interviews so much with Americans, and this is your typical Americans, not your ones who probably watch sport or watch a lot of TV. Have got, oh yes, tea and crumpets, the whole poshness. If you went to Yorkshire and you did that accent, you may get hit. What are you talking like that for? No, there's no need. We don't talk like that. It's very... And there's also... I don't know how you come... I don't know what the American equivalent would be, or you sort of humour. But there's a very... Oh, that's a good ball and behind. Joachim Miller puts the cross in, and it's in the back of the net! Kasper Dolberg, 2-0, and that is an amazing crossing of Joachim Miller, and it's a great finish from Denmark. And it's a very, very good finish there from Kasper Dolberg. And I was too busy talking about accents. That's the thing, I think my accent isn't as thick as everyone else's. And I can definitely switch, like, if I wanted, I could say a lot more things, like, in a thicker accent, but I'm not. I've got, like, some of my mates speaking a lot more of a thicker accent. But it's a great ball in behind. Joachim Miller, an outside of the foot cross. And Kasper Dolberg, I've seen Bernardo say it is his striker. And it's a lovely finish. It really is. That's incredible. What a cross. And it's a really good finish. Borrell loses his man. Fuck it, what a ball. Joachim Miller. And Denmark are firing right now. And maybe against the run of play, I think Czech Republic have had a couple of opportunities this second half. And really nice volley. 2-0 here. And Denmark can calm down now. And Hulman, Kasper Hulman, the manager, will be sort of will have calms now. And for Silhavi, the Czech manager, the thing is, I would say if it was at half time and you had Adam Hollick on the bench, I would take off maybe a Barak or one of the two CDM, more like maybe Sevcic, Barak out on the wide, and bring Hollick on as two strikers. But because you don't have that, it would be Vitra, maybe Jakub Jankto, Kremic I like. Vladimir Darid if you want a bit of experience, but a lot of things now to think about for the Czech fans. And we look at the Danish fans. Absolutely cheering on these teams, and we don't blame them. Great tournament from them. A really good tournament from Denmark. It's absolutely, I think, having maybe one of the, after such an awful start, I'm just trying to think, because, like, oh God, they're coming forward, but obviously that start wasn't good, and we'll ignore the Finland game, but especially the Russia game. Not the Russia game, what group were they in? Finland, Belgium. I think it was looking shaky for them, but gets that great result against Russia, which puts them through to that knockout game against Wales. Then to dismantle Wales as well as they did. Now to come to in Baku winning 2-0, a very convincing good performance from from Denmark. Really is, and even like Striker Larsen, who isn't naturally a left back, playing that role. Joachim Miller, who's naturally a right-footed player. Obviously, he's not that good with his left, but we saw the cross he made. Let's talk about Ali Gelson and Bale. I reckon Miami and Bex. The thing is that Inter Miami do have, obviously after you start Rosen, they've got Tubby Higuain, but you've got more pulling power when you tell to a player. You could come probably work with David Beckham, even if it's an older player who really gets to sort of, not even management, but who gets to run and work for a club that's run by Beckham. You will see David Beckham probably. You'll see him quite often. I knew he was at the England game. which I think was very strange, but I suppose if he's the chairman, he's not really getting involved in the training purposes, but in negotiations, talking to David Beckham, there is a player down injured. Simon Kjær will clear. As Joachim Mæhle, who is down injured. He's working so hard in this game, he's just clutching his ankle there. It was just Soufal. Oh, he just lands on the leg. Nothing in it. Nothing in it. I will get a drink after this because I'm absolutely parched. And I drunk my drink within like the first 5 minutes. It was very stupid of me. But Joachim Mæhle down injured. Simon Kjær just talking to the referee for something. No, not the comfiest line, but seeing this goal, what an outside of the foot cross by Joachim Mæhle. An amazing ball in, and then Dahlberg still has to put a good finish in, and he does. Under pressure from Jan Borrell as well. That's an incredible cross by Joachim Mæhle, and surely clubs will be looking at him now. Especially when he's playing not in a natural position. When he's playing at left back. That clearly says something. Really does. I'm just looking to see what's there while a man's down injured. As Rafael Santos Borré has just signed his 4-year contract and he's now a Frankfurt player. Obviously, if you saw Andre Silva move to Leipzig and Joachim Mæhle doesn't actually look comfortable, he's going to limp off, and he will be a very big miss. He really will. And I don't know. I wonder who would come on for him. I'm just going to look. Skov, maybe. I've seen him play wing back. Daniel Vars more than likely. Yeah, I would say Vars, like the Straggy Larsen maybe goes to the... I don't know where they switch. Vars is so versatile that he can play everywhere. And Czech Republic's going to clear with Sevcic here, and it's not clear. Dahlberg keeps it in, but will fall to a red centre back. And it is cleared. I think the ref will let extra time go for a bit longer just due to that throw-in, that injury from Joachim Mæhle, who is back on the pitch actually. Never mind, he's all good to go. But I've seen not much recognition from that cross from Joachim Mæhle. Probably if I look at the hashtag, actually, the probably more will pop up. It's cleared away, and I'm sure the ref will blow his whistle soon. So we are a minute over the added time. The Czech Republic just can't get out. Great pressure from this Mikhail Damsgaard, who is consistently there and making the blocks. Let's load up the hashtags here. Yeah, that cross was perfection. Dahlberg makes it 2-0. Absolute scenes in Denmark. But we are at half-time. Good goal. Good game. Good first half. I think Czech Republic have had their moments. I think that's why this game isn't over yet. I really do. Because they've had opportunities and chances. And I think they could easily get one back. I think coming back from 2 is very tough. And Denmark could easily just batten up the hatches. And I expect to see something similar. I don't think they will fully do it, but I see something like that. So it will be very interesting to see what happens in this second half. But good performance from both sides. Thomas Delaney gave Denmark the lead earlier with a lovely header. Really cushioned well. Good crossing by Larsen. Delaney then, we've obviously talked about goal. Joachim Mæhle outside of the foot. Into Dahlberg, who hits on the volley. Lovely goal. Denmark being the better side. But Czech Republic had their chances. So it is not over yet. There is still time. And it will be very, very interesting to see what's going to happen. We'll talk about the lineups. We'll have a little talk of the England game and the starting 11, because obviously the starting 11 because obviously there's no game later on. We'll look at the lineup when it's officially released and talk about that more. Also, we could talk about it a lot longer because we could go to extra time penalties. Yeah, we still don't know. We really still don't know. But I will just go get a drink. So I'll just put that audio up. I will be back in 2 seconds. I'll leave you the promo. Obviously, you can see the links that Kyle will put in the chat. Don't forget to check out all of the links on there, especially Twitter. You can see when we're going to go live. I'll be 2 minutes. We're back. We are back. Sorry for scaring them. I do apologise. We'll turn the music down and we'll have a look at this game. Obviously, it's 2-0 right now as it stands to Denmark. And they've been the better side. I would say they have been the better side, if we're being realistic. But, here we go. Channel. There we go. I'm older than you, and I'm a US fan. I have 1990 World Cup. Michael Owen is one of my... I'm about to say I'm 21. I don't know why I said my age. I'm currently watching rugby. Is that the... Oh, Rowan, you got this. The Lions versus the other Lions. I didn't know that... Like, I can't remember what they call it. Is it like... It's like the Barbarians, isn't it? Who they're facing. I'm saying, yeah. Hello, Nigro. Hope you are all good, mate. Welcome, though. I do apologise. By the way, we get people that are new commenting. At least you know where to find us on all the social media so you can see when we're next streaming. As I can see Ashley Cole is talking. But I'm just going to check. In England, it's something... Lion. I supported Denmark this Euros, but I'm Irish. Oh, look at that. Kyle, you sure you don't know him? You're just bringing on the... bringing all the Irish contingent over. You're just going to take over, are you? I was looking... The Sigma Lions, they're not called Sigma. They're called the Sigma Lions. Sigma. I was looking here. You know what? Only when he's 21. Oh my god, they were 21 and nil up in fairness. Who of the Sigma Lions got anyone? What is the team? I'm just looking. Is it what nation are they made up of? If you're still in the chat, loyal supporter. What nation are they made up of? I know what the Barbarians are like a mix and mash, and I presume the Sigma Lions are as well. Only 21-7 though. No. Who scored? Reece Zammit, of course. Hamish Watson, and Ali Price. Big, but it is Big O in Faz. You know what I mean? Who Fontile? In fairness, the Lions have got a strong side, don't they? Oh, they're in South Africa now, are they? I look back on that first goal. Clearly should have been a corner. Clearly it came off the Denmark player, and we wonder why Vieira was brought into the game. I don't even remember what the first goal. Yeah, I thought it was a corner. Look back at the first goal. Should have never been a corner. I thought I didn't even notice. It's interesting because like we rarely hear VAR when we talk about VAR. We rarely even talk about corners and how they can affect the decision. Interesting. I wonder what the rules dictate on sort of VAR and corners. If we do look at the starting 11 though, we talked about it briefly, but for Czech Republic, I don't know, because they've had opportunities. For me, maybe a Peter Sevcic for a Kremčić, possibly have like a winger on the box. If not, go two up front and have bring Matej Vidra on. At the back, I don't think you change anything. Maybe Vladimir Darida on for Barak. Darida obviously a bit more of a bigger leader. Can I break for Jan Borrell? Because Jan Borrell hasn't been convinced in this game. He was the reason I think Dahlberg was probably in behind. I don't know if Kabrak would have stayed him, obviously, but could have been a whole different situation. Obviously, Kral is a player I think we'll see. It's a shame because he was linked to West Ham for this tournament, but he's not really had the best one, unfortunately. And if we look at the away side of Denmark, they're rolling right now, and I don't think they do need to make any changes. If we're being realistic, probably Josef Poulsen for maybe Martin Braithwaite, maybe Kasper Dolberg, same with Cornelius, Jensen on the midfield for either Delaney or Højbjerg, possibly Delaney, same with Jonas Wind, same with Vars. I think for them, it's not even any tactical changes, it's really just fitness changes. for then, so that they don't really go out the game. As my ITV hub has just crashed. There we go, we are back up. We see some old people laughing. But I was going to talk about England. Of course, we are English. My starting 11. Now, it's interesting because I like the back five, but I think in this game is a game we can afford to go a bit more attacking. So for me, I'm going to go bold. In net, it's John Pickford. Then right back, it's I would probably go Kieran Trippier. Two centre backs of Stones and Maguire. Left back, Luke Shaw. No, you know what? Left back Ben Chilwell. Let Chilwell have a game. I know Southgate wants to play with two CDMs, so my two CDMs will be Phillips and Henderson. I would then play on the right, Jadon Sancho, Cam, Grealish, left mid, Sterling, Kane, striker. Or I'd play a 4-3-3, the same back four on three, then a midfield three of Phillips, Bellingham, Grealish. It's or maybe even Henderson, Phillips, a very, very attacking sort of midfield. I'd like to see Mason Mount in there, but I think Grealish is more deserving of it. See Raheem Sterling clean his face. And I mean, if this is what's giving him his performance, shave away, Raheem. Shave away. And I tell you what, I like Raheem Sterling. I really do. And I'm glad he's having a good performance, because I think England fans did, even after that especially on the second game, people were saying he should be dropped, we should play in Grealish. But now I feel like people are saying it deserves to be. I'm not sure if I heard correctly that Sancho might play. Well, I saw something. Now, he's a Dortmund fan on Twitter, and he's very funny. But I saw something of just saying, I bet it was a tweet he put out last year that went, bet you, if Jadon Sancho signs with United, he'll get in the starting lineup straight away. And then I saw him retweet it today, just with a full stop. Now, if this is the game that he starts in, you are correct, Ken. I do love Christian Pulisic and Gio Reyna. I like Gio Reyna quite a lot. The mental thing is he's probably not the best young talent Dortmund have got at the club. I think there's Jude Bellingham there. Youssefo Moukoko has got that. Gio is there. And it's one thing Haaland. Mental thing about Haaland is still 21, but we view him as this guy. Because it's similar to Mbappe when you look at how old they are. But yeah, they're playing as if they've been playing for a long time, and that's how you know they're world class. Also, Haaland doesn't miss penalties in Euros. It's because he's not in the Euros, but we can still say that surely. But yeah, very interesting. And actually, on the back, I have actually got the greatest player ever to step foot in a Dortmund shirt. Now, I'm going to be careful not to show some blunder. Boom! You can see it there. You can see under all the rules. Stefan Tigges. And my hopes, I was worried, right? Because the Dortmund side tweeted a video of, I think they had a pre-season friendly. They had a pre-season friendly, obviously they're now in Bundesliga 3. And I saw that there was no Ansgar Knauf, another young player, and there was no Stefan Tigges. I got worried. So I was going, where's Tigges? He's not there. He's not in the thing. I watched Borussia Dortmund's video of the players returning for testing. Like physical testing. Guess who was there? Ansgar Knauf and Stefan Tigges. Marco Rosa might use him as a bench player. And I can't wait to see next season. Because obviously it'll be Haaland starting, and then Youssefo Moukoko on the bench. But Tigges could be there. He could be there. I think, unfortunately, with the registering rules, he wouldn't be allowed to play. They'd have to register him for the under 23s if he wanted to play. So it will be interesting to see. But very interesting. I hope, for me personally, I think we'll talk about it more because I'm pretty confident we may do. Hello, Sean, mate. Just a cricket on. How are you and everyone? Well, I'm good. I'm decent. I'll let the chat reply to that if they're all good. I think they are. Cricket. What cricket's on? I'm about to say we've got everyone watching. We've got Loyal, who was watching the Lions game. We've got Sean, who's watching cricket. Me and Chris were watching F1 earlier. I'm watching Ian Wright talk about some football. So I know I always try to defer from Dortmund talk, but it's really the first time in a long while that I've got invested in football. It really is. And it's mental. It's mental to say, innit? Oh, you were playing cricket, idiot Rowan. Did you win? What? If you won, well done. Oh, you won and won. Even better. As we've seen the players come back out here. But I say, people just joined at the worst time, didn't they, when I went to go grab a drink. Big second half for Denmark, though. And for Czech Republic, they're making changes, and we're going to see him. It's Kremic and Jakub Jankto coming out. I presume for Majapush and Barak. So, making them changes early, Czech Republic. So Kremenchik is coming on. I'm just trying to see. So Kremic and Jankto are both coming on for... Here we go. So, first sub is number 9, which is Thomas Hollesch. Okay. I think that's a bit of a bold one, considering how well Hollesch played against Thingy, and I think he wasn't having a bad game, but Jakub Jankto come on for Hollesch. And for Kremic, I presume Majapush is the other change. Or Sevcic. It's 12, it's Lucas Majapush. Kremčić has come on for Majapush, so a double Slavia change. Who has scored? For Denmark, it was Delaney and Kasper Dolberg. But a double change. Kremčić and Jankto will come on. Oh, I forgot I've got my fucking baby bells. Have I got any? I've got Poland and Austria. So I'll scran on them as this game. You can see Czech Republic, they're definitely lined up for a what's it called? A long ball straight off the top. If this comes off, this is going to be incredible. And it started. Will the long ball go up? And it will. Kremčić doesn't win it. Doesn't win it. Braithwaite does really well there. Does really well to keep the ball under his feet. Kremčić wins it. Kremčić's got a bit of time now. Oh, he hits that with power. He hits that with straight Schmeichel, but he hits it with goddamn a lot of power there, Kremčić. Plays in Greece. Fuck, it's just out of nowhere. Wide open. And just drills it. It's quite a routine save for Schmeichel, but just with the power, Schmeichel's forced to parry it away. Bodil will throw it in. Headed away by Delaney. And we put back into the box. Soucek doesn't win it. Oh! Schmeichel makes a really good save there. And I think that was the substitute, Jakub Jankto, was it? I'm trying to see. No, it wasn't. It was Barak. On the volley. Free kicks. Corners took quick. Back, it's still in the box. Headed away. Braithwaite's got time and he'll just hoof it up. Joachim Mailer wins the header. It's a grassroots cricket match, so no county, just local league. Run by 10 runs. Let's go. Let's go, Sean's cricket team. Cross comes in. Oh, there was a man open at back post, and that was Jakub Jankto, the substitute. So he's very, very notable with his big bleach blonde hair. Still Jankto. To Selushka. Been a decent set about this tournament. I think we'll probably would have won. Should be a good game so far though. Corners crossed in. Kremčić wins the header. Back on. Shit! Oh, he goes for the overhead. And it was well blocked. But I think it was that Vestigat. It wasn't. It was Simon Kier who makes the block with his back. And it slows it down. But it was a lovely overhead. It was a lovely overhead volley. We've seen that Barak chance where Schmeichel has to actually make a really smart save. It was a really good save by Kasper Schmeichel, who, again, similar to Jan Sommer, having a very good tournament. I think we expect it. Unless you're a Bundesliga watcher, you won't know about Jan Sommer. We obviously all, if you watch Bundesliga and if you know this channel, obviously Kyle is a Gladbach fan. He knows how good Jan Sommer is, and we saw it in this tournament. Czech Republic had a lot of opportunity. Had already a couple of opportunities in this first half. And Kremčič now, putting Kiera under pressure, he gets straight back up. And a chance for him to move forward. Czech Republic, corner comes in, Southgate whips it in! And Patrick Schick has got one back. Oh! And it's Patrick Schick. He is now joint top goal scorer with Ronaldo. And it's one. And we saw Denmark took the lead within 5 minutes in the first half. And they scored late on in the second. Could we see? Because they scored within the first 5 minutes there. It was a good ball in by Southgate and a great finish by Patrick Schick. And it is now, more importantly, it is 2-1. And this sets the second half as ITV Hub. You're shit. You're so bad. There we go. Exactly, Ken. Exactly. We have got us a match now. Kremčič wins the free kick. And what, you know what, he's dribbling, but who cares? Because what an impact Kremčič has made off the bench. In terms of just his attack, his aggression and drive. You've got Schick. I've got Schick. I haven't even checked my fantasy. I changed my team massively for fantasy. I think I did have Thomas Hollesch. Which is very disappointing. If I just check fantasy quickly. I had Schick, but I haven't checked it at all. Hold up, is that, oh please, that alright, that's the entire tournament. I thought it was, what's it called? I thought it was like in this one, I thought I were on 149 points this week. I'm not. Souček now. Kalash, good ball in behind. Schick, tackled by Kier, who's gone down, tended to be got hit in the face from a flying hand by Schick. Oh, I've got no players in action. What? What? I've got Schick. They're lying to me. They are lying to me. I'm just looking though. Jan Sommer 5 points. I've got Pau Torres and Munier 2 and 1. Oh my god, I'm having this. Oh, because it says these games are they're calculating the points, but I've still got Schick, Damsgaard to play. I'm just looking. So Schick will get some points there. Problem is we've got a guy who's really good at fantasy in our league. By the way, did anyone see Jesus? Oh, awful, absolutely awful. But if you there's a couple of us on the squad's going to watch wrestling. If you've watched wrestling and know who Drew McIntyre is, it's an amazing claymore or bro kick if you're a Shepherds fan. But Brathwaite has took it back. Swan, good defending there from Jan Borrell. Well, can make transfer semi-final. Why is Lewandowski still on my side? Oh, there we go. It's all updated now. Right, it's not over yet. Everything's all done in. I need to change my team. But now I can see players getting points. Joachim Mæhle, Damsgaard, Hollesch. Schick is on 5. I can't believe Lukaku's out of the tournament, though, because he still got me points. Disappointing. Chiro Mobley got me 2. 2 points, Chiro. I'm going to keep him. Larson will cross it in. Headed away. Joachim Mæhle stayed deep to Mikael Damsgaard, who again will switch it across. It's a great switcher play, well defended. Chance to go forward. Jakub Jankto now. And he's going to keep on running. He's up against Christensen, who's cut across. And Højbjerg does really well. So good defensively. And obviously, now that Tottenham have got a manager, I think they can the team and fans can keep an eye on a lot of this tournament now and not worry about not having a manager. And I think Højbjerg will be a player that you'll be glad to see back. I mean, he's obviously a great player and played really well for you, but especially renewed after this tournament. Jan Borrell keeps it in. Schick will, and Patrick Schick only needs one more, and is the joint top goal scorer. Kremčič now. Still Kremčič. Tries to play it through. Couldn't get to one of them. Straggy Larson will get it cleared. And Czech Republic come again. Jan Borrell. To Souček. Back to Bodil. And there's a run on by Barak. He's got such a frame. And so is a lot of the midfielders, Souček and Barak, got absolute frames on them. And it's Barak against Delaney. And it's a really good challenge by Thomas Delaney. Good second challenge by Barak, wins it back. Højbjerg, as Braithwaite is going to foul Kalash there. And Kalash is smart. He knows what he's doing. He ran it across Braithwaite. Braithwaite did push him though. But without with Højbjerg, my goat. Can I say that for Delaney? My goat. In fairness, personally, if there's any affiliation, because we are about to go into the semi-finals, I probably can show this. These were my Euro predictions at the start. I had Germany to win. They're gone. I had Benzema Golden Boot. They've gone. I had Moses Mason Mount. He's played one game. Surprise package, Czech Republic. It's a good ball in. Jančko. Krenčić. Oh, just couldn't get anything going. Surprise package, Czech Republic. They're still in. Portugal are out of the tournament, but it weren't really a disappointment. And then I had Sasa Kalajic, who had a poor tournament. He scored one goal at least. More than Sagankov. I don't know who either. More than Jude. Probably played more minutes than Jude. Who else? Who did Josh have? He just cheated. He got fucking Locatelli, if I'm right. Yeah, they had Locatelli or Damsgaard. Either is absolute cheating. But I've still got my surprises Czech Republic, which does mean I've still got one of my predictions. If they get to a semi-final, I think. But if you didn't know, I know probably Kyle mentioned it. All the people who've done watchalongs, as Braithwaite gets past one, gets past another, he tries to go for it himself, and it's a good challenge. He just kept on running. All the people, so Josh, KD, KL, and me, our predictions. Obviously, Will had Turkey, but Will hasn't done any watchalongs yet. But I had Czech Republic. They through to the quarterfinals. Josh had KD had Denmark. KL had Switzerland, and Josh had Ukraine. All of them are through to a quarterfinal. One of them is through to a semi in either Denmark or Czech Republic. Gav, I don't know. I just, in the back of my head, I had something about Germany. I was like, I don't know why. Do you know when you just get a gut feeling that was mine? It was wrong. But Portugal, I don't know. For me, there was a lot of hype around them, and don't get me wrong, they're a good side, but I didn't think they were going to do well, and I wouldn't call them a disappointment this tournament. Well, I think they were going out there, but they had a tough game. It's a good ball in, and it's well defended by Vladimir Soufal, just heads it over his own net. And they will go to a corner. We'll see Denmark score from a corner. It's a good ball. Damsgaard stayed on. So Soufal's actually quite smart heading it away there. See Andreas Christian, I think, who played the ball in. Very talented centre back. And hopefully, I mean, hopefully he gets a start next year for Chelsea. I know centre back is sort of a tough position because you've got Zuma, Christensen, Thiago Silva. I think the players are back five, don't they? Or back three. Corner comes in, headed away by Schick. I said Turkey as a surprise. I think, in fairness, I think a lot of people had Turkey as a surprise. I thought they were going to do better than they did, if we're being brutally honest. Just because of the way Yilmaz and Yazici, the seasons they were coming off. Oh, it's an awful challenge. It's an absolute awful challenge. Selusk and Barak, bodies Damsgaard, Jankto to Schick. Puts it on this right time. It's Vladimir Soufal. Back to Schick. Good ball to Souček, and a little bit too much on it. Couldn't find Schick. He wanted it to his feet. And Schmeichel will just take a bit of a breather. And Schmeichel will just throw it out. It's kicked on. It's given away again. This time, Kalash driving forward. Actually, it's actually a decent idea, but just doesn't find anything. But well done to Czech Republic for keeping the pace. You know what I mean? For keeping sort of not I'm trying to think of the word, not dropping their heads down, but staying with it. And you know what? Fair play to them, because they're back in the game. It's 2-1 now. And they've got they've got the wheels moving, and the substitute, especially Jakub Jankto, I was a bit surprised, and he's done well there. Jankto will cross it in. Schmeichel will collect, does well. Vocal. But I was quite disappointed Hollish were coming off because I don't think he were having a bad game. Jankto's come and done it. Same with Mashapush. Kremčić has tried to create a lot of stuff. And Kremčić moves a lot more central than Mashapush, which has helped with the runs going forward. I think going wide, that's allowed Jakub Jankto to do their job. Sevcic to play a little bit more down the centre than he usually does. Obviously, he's playing at the wing and he usually plays in that sort of midfield. A little bit further wide. As I think there's going to be a double change for Denmark, and we're going to see the return of Josef Poulsen and Oliver Norgard, the Brentford midfielder. So Poulsen will come on for Kasper Dolberg. Got on the score sheet this game. Good 2 games for Dolberg, and I think, you know what, he'll be proud of his performance today. It will, just showing that goal. It's still a good assist, don't get me wrong, but really good finish from Dolberg. Really good side foot finish. Pass at a standing Bashlik. And I presume it'd be Thomas Delaney coming off for Norgard. No, Mikkel Damsgaard, who is going to come off. And not Oliver Norgard, Christian Norgard will come on. So I wonder. I think they're going 2 up front here. I think they're going to go Josef Poulsen and Braithwaite up front. And then go midfield 3 of Delaney, Højbjerg and Norgard. So, interesting. Change of formation here from Denmark. The free kick is finally going to be given. But half an hour left, and we've seen late goals in this tournament. And we saw a late goal in the first half which gave Denmark the lead. Could we see a late goal that gives the Czech Republic an equaliser? Delaney, bit of a poor pass there, too much on it. Norgard will play it across to Braithwaite, whose fancy footwork. He's tripped over the ball. He's tripped over himself and the ball. Not the best from the Barcelona man. So I don't think he's former yet. I don't think he's a former Barcelona man as of yet. But I expect the transfer window also to be heating up as obviously the Euros finish. There'll be a lot of players who will be where scouts and coaches will have their eyes on them. Jan Borrell there winning the throw-in against Emil Højbjerg. I'll tell you what, a man who's actually played well in these past 2 games, Barak. Very commanding in midfield. When Souček pushes up, as we've seen me do a lot for West Ham, Barak's there. He's been that man who will sit there. And he's played onto the wing too, Sevcic. And as Kremčić has moved to the left-hand side, and Sevcic has moved to the right. But Josef Poulsen now in a foot race with Sheluska, and he gets past him really well. Now it's Kalas up next. Plays an outside foot back to Braithwaite. Tries to play it in, blocked by Jan Borrell. Oh, it's a good ball! Oh, it's a great last-ditch tackle. I really need the bathroom. I really need a wee. I will be back in 2 seconds. Let us know if anything happens. As there is a man down here, head injury possibly. We're back! Look at this. Might be the quickest piss I've ever had. Piss. Rowan, come on. Have some professionalism around. Quickest wee. Wee? Wee professionalism? It's a good console, is what it is. It's a very good console. Oh. Yeah, this man down injured. I think it'll just be as simple as stitches or just... And who was it? It was 16. It was Souček who made the great block. Comes across quick. Shall we wind him up, Kyle? Oh. Excuse me. I am back. Oh yeah, I weren't taking that long. I'm just seeing here, Souček, who comes and makes block. It's a really good one. Yeah, just gets studs to the side of the head. Right in tempo. But guess what we're going to see? And this is as a Shaluska, who was really wrong for a lot of time, is going to be helped off the pitch by a lot of the players, and he's going to limp off. Could have seen a David Zima appearance. No, we're not. Brabeck, who might be the player that's going to come on for him instead. I'm just going to check. Where is Brabeck? Jakub Brabeck probably will come on. Plays for Victoria Pleasant. Brabec, I think it's pronounced. As it's what tell you what, it's one thing that even if they do leave the tournament, but especially with both these sides, they've been an absolute unit in terms of they've been a team. Obviously, Denmark have had other reasons to why, but they're still a team. They play for each other, and you see it here. And look, Thomas Souček with that bandage around his head. It's Brabec. Why is Brabec just he's smiling and waving at the crowd? He don't care. He's loving it. As you see Thomas Souček there with the big bandage. And you expect him, he will come back on the pitch. He's not a player to stop playing, as Brabec will come on first, Januska. I should have had one at the half-time break, but I didn't. Brabec now, though. Who will come on? Big shoes to fill for Shaluska. One ball over the top. Josef Poulsen. It's one thing he does well. He wins headers. And that's what he's probably being brought on to do. Mate, it's the quickest I've ever had one. I'll be honest. It was just done. Wash the hands, of course. But Souček looks like prime Terry Butcher right now. Not as much blood. Not as much red yet. Grabchic's just narrowly offside. Vestergaard will just ping a long ball over. Straight into the hands of Thomas Vashlik. And for Czech Republic now, they've got to go for it. They really do. Get an equaliser. If they can get an equaliser this game early, this game really does heat up. And Souček fouled over. Free kick, I think, advantage played on Borrell to Kremčič. He came from an offside position. As ref, I think, just made a note of that little foul. And to see what Denmark are doing, they're just going to try to play them long balls over the top for Josef Poulsen and Martin Braithwaite. And we're going to see here, Kier. Oh, they're going to go short instead. And we're playing inside that midfield to Norgard. So who's come on here? Yeah, it is a midfield 3. So it's definitely 5-3-2. It's good ball in behind, not controlled well there by Højbjerg. Jakub Jankto, again not controlled, well won back there by Struggle Larsen, but again not a poor ball in. Giving away now. Thomas Delaney outside the box. Gets it to Larsen. We'll put a cross in. Bit too much and it headed away by Sufal. Headed back in by Norgard. Cleared away by by Barak. And it's perfectly placed. Two shake up against Kier. Oof. That is ballsy. I'm about to say, I saw someone who follow on Twitter who every time England played, they put a tenner on John Stones to score. Maybe it's just a John Stones kind of day. But he has looked like one of the English defenders who are most likely to score. But with Harry Maguire also coming on into the game, they do. See, Vettel's got a penalty. Got a move 3 time. But we are going to see another change. I think that is Daniel Vaz. Valencia man. I think he's still there. The throw will be taken, but Daniel Vaz coming on so versatile, can play as midfielder or a fullback. So I presume he come on as a midfielder for either the Højbjerg or Delaney. More than likely Delaney. That's a big clearance. He finds Braithwaite, but Barak collects well. And you know what it's been not an entertaining, especially since that first goal went in. Not the most entertaining second half. One ball over the top. Not Mount. Not even in the lineup. Lineups will be revealed in half an hour, won't they? But it's a good ball, and now it's Yusuf Poulsen up against Kalash. Still Yusuf Poulsen. He goes for the shot. Vasily makes a save. Could have maybe done better there. Vasily nearly spills it, but same. I really rate Daniel Vaz. Not quite old, but getting a bit on. If I just look at, I say 32, yeah, from Gladsax, which is a great name, but yeah, been around for a while now. Obviously, Vaz 32 though. I'm just looking. Celta Vigo was at Evian and Benfica. So actually, he hasn't really played a thingy, but did join Valencia 2018 for a nice amount. Yeah, Celta Vigo he ran for a couple of years, then Valencia. I recognise him more in the Valencia sort of kit and name. But he will come on. So I think, as I just heard the whistle, I think that is him. So I'm just going to close that down. Wow, I've just seen that PSG is seeking to make 180 million in player sales, which is incredible. 180 million in they'd have to get rid of, unless they're getting rid of one of the big boys. People here think Mount is the man in England. Really? Surprised, maybe disappointed you a little. Now, you could say Mason Mount, but he hasn't played. It's Jens Stryger, so Vaz is going to come at right back. And Larson will come on. Larson put an absolute shift today. He whipped in the corner for Thomas Delaney to head. Let's have a look at the England. I don't know, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, because you could say Harry Kane, if we're being honest. But he's scored, Phil Foden is another one. I think Sterling was my surprise, for sure. I didn't think he'd have the tournament that he is having. But as for, I don't know, I would Barak. Oh, it was a really good idea. He's apologised to his team. Good idea, but no, as we just see. Oh my God! Is that a tattoo? You're not a Mount fan. I think Matt Mount is liked, but I don't know. I'm trying to think. Maybe I'm just trying to think. In England, in terms of disappointment, Declan Rice. He's not a bad. I don't think there's been an England player where they've been really poor and stuff like that, because Southgate has switched players out if he's needed, like Foden. Saka had a good game, but I don't think he was his best against Germany. Chilwell, but he hasn't played this tournament. I think Chilwell's a very decent left back. So he won the Champions League. I like Ben Chilwell, but in this tournament hasn't obviously played for multiple reasons. So COVID. Maybe fitness at the start. Whipped in. Vaz hasn't cleared. Yankto puts it across, and Kier will clear it. Good clearance. Yankto. I think it's a mix of a shot and a clearance, and he clearly hits him with enough pace. Yankto now outside the box. Just a little bit too much on it. By Jakub Jankto, go out for a goal kick, but Czech Republic have got momentum with them. You're seeing Souček complaining about something. Vaz just heads out, and Jankto, he takes that step back, anticipating a header from Vaz back to him. And interesting, I don't know what he could have done better there. Maybe he goes for the actual direct straight shot, but I think he's going to sort of a mix of both. Not that it doesn't. It hits really the top of the foot of Kier. Not the most comfortable clearance. You know when something hits your foot and it sort of shivers up? I feel like that's one of them. Souček. Czech Republic do get the ball cleared with Sufalu. Finds Kremčič. Schick. Good ball onto the wing to Sevčić, who takes it past one, but he is fouled late there by, I think it is the captain, Simon Kjær, and there'll be a dangerous, no cards yet, by the referee, because Sevčić does tat it past him, then Kjær comes across and clears him out. Thank you, Ken. I think it'll be, obviously no Watchalong, but I think it'll be really interesting. And we'll talk about the line when it comes out, because for me, I want to see Sancho there now. And it'll be really disappointing to see him. Only, I think just because he maybe signed that United thing, but Kremčič, by the way, I don't know if it's raining there. Just looks absolutely drenched, putting absolute shifts since coming on. As there will be a free kick that will come in from him. We'll see it. It's a ball crossed in. It's dipping. Schmeichel does well. He gets a hand to it. He gets a hand to it really well there, Schmeichel. Because it's a good ball in by Barak. Souček is heading that. I don't know if it's on target, but Souček's definitely getting a head onto it. Jakub Janko's going to cross this in. Good ball in. Headed away by Vestergaard. Højbjerg up against Sevčić. Jankto comes away with it. Into the midfield to Kalas, who dinks it onto the wing. Header flicked into the box by, I think, was that Bradbeck? No, it was Kalas, sorry. It was a good crossing. Great stop by Kasper Schmeichel. The Czechs' attack is, it is. And I think Kremčič, the big ballman, as you probably recognise him, is actually, we love Czech Republic, has actually had a good, lot of those ratings. I can't wait. So I can make a beast of a Slavia team next year. No, I think Thomas Holeš. I think Jorgensen is on the bench. It's going to be a free kick. For Czech Republic. Yeah, going forward, I think Patrick Schick, yes. Mažupuš, when he's been on, has done okay. I think maybe a +2 upgrade if we're going to go on FIFA. I think Jankto, a really good tournament from him. Souček, obviously, we know what he can do. Thomas Holeš, a little bit of a surprise. Attacking-wise, really, really attacking-minded this tournament. Bashlik, we can't forget defensively. Bashlik has been and made some really important saves, and I think, as Kyle and Josh have both mentioned, he is a free agent. And if you're a club who, in like a drastic, like, who's Norwich's goalkeeper? Is it, sure we didn't have Louis. Is it Angus Gunn? Or is it Krull? You think Bashlik, thing is, we're going to see some Czech Republic change. One of them is Vidra, and the other one is Derrida, will also come onto the pitch. So maybe Patrick Schick being replaced here, with Matej Vidra being one of them. Souček now. Onto the right hand side. Ball pinged over the top. Top, well defended there by Andreas Christiansen. Cruel. I'd take Bashlik if like he was willing not to drop to Norwich level as it's Premier League, but you know what I mean. Paulsen does well. So does Højbjerg. And space now for Denmark. Really early switch by Norgard. Forced Mæhle and Delaney to really get them out of a sticky situation. Oh, we all know Tim Krul. If there's any keeper you want in a penalty situation, it is him. So right now, Jordan Pickford and Kasper Schmeichel as well. 2016. I watched there was a video on YouTube, like skills and highlights, but it was how Kasper Schmeichel embodied his dad in the 2016 World Cup. It was like how Kasper Schmeichel made his dad proud in the 2018 World Cup, and it was like the saves against Croatia and stuff. Kept him in it, but Slavia, Czech Republic are coming here. Midfield, oh, it was good thinking from Schick, but he's giving it away now. Souček was behind him, it just wasn't how you want it. Now Denmark could come here, they've got men forward, it's a 4-on-4. Vars. Into the midfield, pulls and shoots, and it's a great save by Vashlik. Good reactionary save, parries out to safety for a corner. Good quick reactions from him. from the former Sevilla goalkeeper. Mental to think that in time of success it was Bono who was the starting keeper. And obviously we know why, but Vashlik, really good save from him. I don't know who he's been linked to. I'm guessing it's pronounced Thomas Vashlik. There he is. He's a Sevillan goalkeeper, but he's currently without a club. I mean, 32 years old, if I'm right. Yeah, so he is a bit getting on in age, but we all know Connell comes in, heads away. We all know that keepers can play on for a lot longer than a lot of other players. Obviously. What's he worth now? His peak, he was worth 16 million in 2018. Fair enough. Signed from FC Basel. Was Sparta Prague's keep. Made his way up through the Czech leagues, and as it's going to be Patrick Schick. Goalkeepers today. Yeah. I think as you look around, Vidra is going to come off. Schick is going to come off, and Matej Vidra, the Burnley man, will come on. Doesn't seem much, actually. There's a couple of action, actually, at Burnley, but... And then Vladimir Darida is on for Peter Sevcic, the Slavia man. No more Slavia players left on the pitch. I don't think they will care, to be honest. I think they would want a bit of a break, because it's Souček now. Still Thomas Souček. To Yankto, good thinking. To Boril. Back to Yankto. Gets past one easily. Still Yankto. Oh, gets it to Souček. Goes for the shot. He drilled across the floor. And it's going to go for a corner. As Souček is still dripping with blood. Souček, you know what? If the... you have a man... You had Vladimir Soufal on the right, wide open. Instead, we've seen him shoot from them directions before. Just doesn't go where he wants it to. I was always wondering, on Transfer Market, you can hear now names are pronounced. The Danes retiring, they have put in some... 100%. It's fan thing in. The same with Czech Republic, don't get me wrong, but yeah, 100%. 100%, mate. Michael. As we are going to get another double change for Denmark. Joachim Andersen is going to come on, the Fulham man. I know linked to Bernardo Spurs for Christiansen. And then Matthias Jensen is also going to come on for... Don't know who yet. See what number. For Matthias Jensen will come on. For Thomas Delaney, the goal scorer. Put them 1-0 up in the early, within 5 minutes. Matthias Jensen will come on. For Thomas Delaney. Not sure if the lineups are out in England, but it says Pickford, Walker, Maguire, Stones, Shaw, Rice, Phillips, of course, and Sterling, Sancho, Mount and Kane. Sancho. I'm not against it. People will want Grealish to start, but I'm going, he's clearly proved it could be off the bench player. Maybe, I know you... Oh, that's lovely by Denmark. It's real. Joachim Mæhle. It's a good save by Vashlik. Keeps him in the game. Probably should have squared it across, but cut open here, Denmark. Matthias Jensen, Poulsen to Joachim Mæhle. And he maybe should have squared that to Brathwaite. But it's well worked by Denmark. I'll have a look at this, see if the lineups are out. I can see... I've seen someone that follows say Sancho. Oh, so as that Jadon is starting. Yeah, I've just seen the England thing. Pickford, Walker, Shaw, Rice, Stones, Maguire, Kane, Sterling, Phillips, Sancho, and Mount. Who misses out? I'll try to figure out who's missing out. As it comes, cross comes in, goes out for a goal kick. It was actually a foul on Vashlik. Ben White misses out. Who else misses out here? DCL's back in. A midfielder? No. A centre back? No. No, Trippier's there. Who misses out? Ben White's definitely one that does miss out. As Jan Borrell is down injured. Just going to crawl off the pitch here. And Souček is complaining here. He's going to look here. Was Brathwaite. Oh, it's unfortunate. It was just a flying hand of Joachim Mæhle, I think, who clips Borrell. Oh, Joachim Andersen, sorry. Jan Borrell is receiving treatment on the sideline. And he's going to be another player. Just going to get bandage on the head. It's as simple. Let us know, obviously, let us know in the chat. Saka. Oh, wow. That's a big decision. So, White, Saka, and... Coda. I feel like there's another centre-back missing. Stones and Maguire. Who played it? Who was in that? Shaw. Shaw starting. It's Saka and White. Kremčić absolutely screaming at the referee. Going to get a card. We'll keep an eye on this game. Oh, giving absolute evils. Kremčić. Jesus Christ. It was Matej Vidra. No. That's probably a foul. Kier holds him and then sticks a foot out. I think that's a foul. I do think that's a foul. Not given. Gone the other way, actually. I think that's why Kremčić was so annoyed, and they're going to play it long here. Kasper Schmeichel telling his defence to go up. And he will kick it up there. And I mean, there's still enough time for this game to change, and it could go either way. Denmark could get a third, Czech Republic could get an equaliser. For football's sake, I want an equaliser. Blocked well by Soufal. Still Soufal to Barak to Souček. Souček. Come on, Three Lions. Southgate finally mental in it. Once it's been announced as a thing you play. Oh, Jokic, get up! It's not a foul. Mental. As soon as it sounds as a United player, Bundesliga tax. Vettel handed a 3-player script penalty. Drapielan. Vettel drops to 11th. Russell, Stroll, and Sainz move up. Sainz goes to P10. You know what? Perfect for the Ferrari. Because free tyre choice. Russell is still on the mediums. That's going to be given as a foul, isn't it now? Yankto. Cleared away. Souček in the midfield to Kremčić. Derrida is put a great ball in midfield. Vidra controls it down. Great defending by Youssef Poulsen, the striker. Coming back. Great defending from the Leipzig Mouser. He's seen just Andre Silva join his team, and he's putting in a performance now. And we're going to see a yellow card for Callas. I couldn't be a football player. I get too frustrated with referees. Because when it's just a 50-50, they give fouls away to the attacking side, I feel like, more often. I mean, okay, that is definitely a foul, don't get me wrong, I've just seen it clearly. And to Norgard. But Ferrari back in points at the end of the race. Interesting to see. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that Williams has the pace, but hopefully for Russell, starts in P8 now. And good defender from Youssef Poulsen, just gets there. That's all they need to do, just get to that position, because it's a great touch by Vidra. And if Youssef Poulsen doesn't stick a foot there, Denmark are going to go long again. And 3.5 minutes. 3.5 minutes left in this game. Brabeck will get it cleared long. Denmark will just head it. Youssef Poulsen now. Controls it well. Lost by Barak. Putting an absolute shift today. Pardon me. 3 minutes left. This is when Denmark scored. Long ball played over the top. Kier heads it away. Souček wins the initial header against Brathwaite. Pinged across, and now Jan Borrell with his headgear. To Callas. To Brabeck. And the centre half's making a nice little run down the midfield here. We'll just have to play it on to the right to Vladimir Derrida. Got Soufal. We'll use Soufal now. Soufal to Derrida. Switched across to Borrell. Czech Republic have got men forward. He's going to dink it in. Souček's flicked it on. But there was a Danish defender there, and Denmark holding on resiliently. Good Controlled by Callas. And Czech Republic go again. 2 minutes left. Denmark are just going to sit back and defend. Soufal turning on the burn. He's got Jan Borrell if he needs. We'll play it to Barak. Barak to Borrell. He's going to cross it in. Headed away by Kier, who's been a man-mount in this tournament. To Yankto, who's been so energetic since coming on. Derrida to Yankto. To Soufal with a horrible first touch. He goes through his legs. Poulsen now to Brathwaite. That's going to be a foul. He's going to play advantage, the ref. Højbjerg. Up against Soufal. Gets it to Vars. To Brathwaite. Borrell misses his challenge and the legs are going from Borrell here. Højbjerg. Flicks it through to Brathwaite. He's gone down there. Nothing in it. Absolutely nothing in it. He's complaining. And he's got to get back to his feet. A minute left and Czech Republic will go forward. Nothing, no touch. So yeah, that's a yellow for diving. You know what I mean? That's a yellow card. Souček now. Puts it across. To Soufal. To Brabec. To Jan Borrell. They've got men in the box again. Borrell's going to cross it in. It's blocked well. Vars does well. Heads it down against Matej Vidra now, who is tackled. Barak wins it back. To Borrell. To Yankto now. Back to Barak. He's in a good position. Going to cross it in with the right. It's a poor ball. Soufal controls it well. Oh, and then defended well by Joachim Mæhle to Josef Poulsen. If England to stand a chance of winning this tournament, they must take the lead. Exactly. With 2 defensive midfielders, we can't chase the game. 5 minutes left. There will be pause in place because Souček and Borrell both went down with head injuries where they had to get taped up. We had a couple of Danish players also going down. I think Joachim Mæhle. Yeah, 6 minutes time. Is it enough for a last minute equaliser? We will wait and see. For Czech Republic, this is what they wanted. And I think that's fair enough with all the head injuries that have gone down. Vidra's come deep. To Barak. To Vidra. Soufal's open on the right. Souček. Still Thomas Souček. And he eventually gets it to Soufal under pressure from Joachim Mæhle. Soufal now into Vladimir Derrida. It's dinked in the box. Vars hasn't cleared. It finds Souček, but Braithwaite's just going to run with it. He calms it down. Norgard to Brathwaite. Into the midfield, and Czech Republic hunting the game down. And it leaves a lot of space. Joachim Mæhle on the wing now. And they can expose this Czech side. They're putting an absolute shift in the second half, Czech Republic. But is it all for nothing? Denmark beat England last autumn in the Nations League. England played most of the game with 10 men after Harry Maguire was sent off. Still all to play for then. Denmark are definitely not on his side. But we've got to beat Ukraine first. We have got to beat Ukraine first. Brathwaite. To Vars. To Vars again. To Brathwaite. Denmark are just going to pass it around here. Matej Jensen, he's lost it. Barak's stolen it back now. To Vidra. Still Vidra. Going to put it across to the right. Josef Poulsen defends well. Højbjerg chases. To Soufal. He's got so much time. Into the midfield. It doesn't find anyone. And it's just cleared away by Denmark. 4 minutes left. Vladimir Soufal. Just a poor choice of ball. They should he cross it in? I don't know. Long ball over the top. Trying to find Kremčič. Poulsen will clear. To Barak. Nervous 4 minutes for Denmark fans. Brabec. Yankto is just going to whip it across. Borrell wins the header into the box. Kremčič turns and he shoots. He's completely skied it. I don't know what he's thinking there. But Denmark will take this time with the goal kick. They really will. Now. Schmeichel. He will kick it long. 3 minutes left in this game. Soufal wins the header. And one thing you can say about both these teams, they've got heart in this tournament. They really do. And whoever goes through looking like Denmark, Joachim Mæhle throws it in to Brathwaite, and it's a lot of time. Daniel Vars will cross it in. It's a good ball, headed away. We'll find Højbjerg on the wing. He probably will let us go for a throw, and he will. Can hear him jeering on the Danish fans. And 2 minutes left for Denmark to go through to the semi-finals of the Euro 2020. Josef Poulsen, they're going to go to the corner. One back by Vladimir Soufal, and he's going to start running. Plays it into the midfield to Kremčič. Lays it off to Barak. To Vladimir Darida. Switched across to the left-hand side now. To Jan Borrell. Who's got the tape? I thought Borrell had the tape. Barak. He's turned a few. Plays it through, and he doesn't find anyone. Borrell's took his head tape off. Jensen tries to play it in behind. Blocked well. Poulsen wins it back, but then he loses it. Soucek to Yankto now on the right hand side. 1.5 minutes left. Jakub Jankto fighting. Plays it through to Soufal. Czech Republic have got men in. Soufal crosses it in. Kier heads it again. Poulsen doesn't win the header to Darida. The cross has got to come in from Borrell. It's got to be a good one. It does come in. Kier. Oh! It was Barak. Outside the box. Goes for it and puts it wide. Is that the best decision? Who knows? It was a good hit by Barak. And this should be game over. 30 seconds left. I nearly said half an hour. For Denmark to go through to a semi-finals. And as much as it pains me to see Czech Republic go out, I've backed them. We all know that Denmark are going to have that spot in all fans' hearts. Schmeichel will just kick it long. Goes out for a throw-in. Soufal gets the ball quick. 10 seconds left. It's going to be one ball over the top. 2 seconds left. And the referee blows the whistle. And Denmark are through to a semi-final in a game that Czech Republic did. They fought so hard, and so did Denmark. Denmark just played the first moves in the first half, and it was enough. Schick did get one goal back for Czech Republic, but it just wasn't enough. Thomas Delaney up to scoring with a lovely header, crossed by Larsen from a corner, and then it heads it down on the floor past Vashlik. Then a lovely goal. Joachim Mæhle whips it in the outside of his foot, and Dolberg hits it on that volley. Great goal by Kasper Dolberg. Schick then does get a goal back, just a little snapshot, but they just couldn't get the job done, unfortunately. But they do bow out the tournament, but they did knock Netherlands out of this. They had an okay group stage, and I think, look back, they will be okay, happy with this. Nearly got to a semi-final, so close, but Denmark one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. They are so close now to a Euro final, especially everything that happened at the start of the tournament. They didn't win their first 2 games. They won their 3rd game in style. They won their 4th game in style. They've gone and put out a gritty performance against another gritty side in Czech Republic in what was a battling game. Denmark do become victors. They will either face the winners of Ukraine versus England. Now, no Watchalong for that. We also saw the lineups. It's practically unchanged. Just thank God Jadon Sancho's starting. Surprised no Grealish down the middle over Mount, but Mount there instead. Good game. Denmark maybe look to go through because I can't help look back at the first goal. But unfortunately, Kyle, you can't look back at them things as much as you sort of want to and go, well, it's unfair. Things happen. Denmark go through. Czech Republic bow out. I think a lot of Czech fans, they won't be happy, but they'll look at performance and think Barak, Yankto coming off the bench. Whew, what performance he had. Good tournament for Czech Republic. They do leave, but Denmark do go through. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to check out, you're already on the YouTube, like, subscribe, and notification. The Twitter is at @_top corner. You can see when I'm going to go live and what's coming up. The website, thesports-corner.com. You can see the link there that Kyle's put in. That's where you can see all the content that goes on the website. The Instagram is the _sports_corner_. Kaz, I know Denmark might have won a bit. It could have been a different game. Exactly. But you can't look back at spilled milk. Is that the same? Denmark earning it. They put in the shift. The thing is, they defended well. Do you know, after they went 1 goal down, instead of saying, oh, they held Simon Kjær, every single cross went in from the 80th minute to the 90th was cleared away, headed away. That's one thing you've got to say. We will have the semi-finals covered. Now, I don't know who will be doing it. It'll be Italy, Spain versus Denmark. Denmark versus either Ukraine or England. I don't know who will cover. That will be on Tuesday at 8 o'clock. The other one will be Tuesday at 8 o'clock. You may see some duo watch-alongs possibly, but we're syncing up with iPlayer. We will wait and see. We will definitely wait and see. But we're here. We're at the semi-finals time. One more game left. England-Ukraine. I'll give you my final predictions. I'm going to go 3-1 England. I think Ukraine score first. Cheers, Ron. Enjoy the game later. Have a good night and see you on Tuesday with the semi-finals. That is 100% true. Thank you very much to everyone that's come in and commented in the chat. You've made my watch-along day so much easier. Up the 3 Lions.